Hey, this is Notser, and we're taking a look at the Tier 9 Pan-Asian destroyer, Chung Mu, on the map Okinawa. I've really enjoyed the ship. This is an ace game. I hope everyone enjoys it. I know I've had this ship in the background of videos, but I'm going to explain my thought process in my build this one, so hopefully anyone who's working on their Pan-Asians, this will give you some direction. As far as my module/commander build, we've got main armament protection, propulsion crit protection, accuracy improved, acceleration improved, concealment, faster torpedo rearm. For the commander portion, preventative maintenance, adrenaline rush, last stand, survivability expert, basic firing training, superintendent, and concealment. So you might have noticed that the Hipper moved forward and he's moving back. I could have come back and smoked him, but at some point in a random battle especially, it's all about how much you want to invest in your resources to save someone else. And sometimes it's worth it. Most of the time it is not. So I generally try not to waste a resource on an unknown property. I of course know my skill level. I know what I'm going to do with my smoke. I would hate for that smoke to be used and for me to be unable to use it. That's why I did not give smoke to that friendly battleship. Instead, I'm going to find a position that is in gun range and I'm going to fire on the enemies and discourage them from pushing forward. Missouri has already used his radar, and I'm going to use my torpedoes eventually on one of the targets, but this York, perfectly broad, set him on fire. I'm going to continue to fire on him. Very easy to engage if you've ever played any American destroyer. That's what I love about the Pan-Asians. These gun systems work. So it's nice to have a known quantity. A lot of times with the Pan-Asian deep water torpedoes, you know, that's kind of weird for players. Well, you get used to it, especially at Tier 9. I hope I'm used to it. So I see that I have a second fire on the enemy York. I know that he used damage control to put the first one out. He's going to burn down, and he's going to die. This Missouri has been fortunate to avoid every chance to light the target on fire. I sent my torpedoes, and you can sort of see what's developing. There's going to be a clear gap for him to avoid my torpedoes, and I'm not going to be able to punish him with my torpedoes. And of course, we put a fire on the target. A enemy destroyer smokes him out. Don't really understand that. He's going to fire. I mean, I just told you the reason I don't smoke these guys. They just can't help themselves. But look, he's not on fire right now. He used damage control aggressively on a single fire, and the game didn't punish him. I set that up as best as I could to punish. You know, set a fire, wait 20 seconds, make a flame. If he allows the fire to burn, which he should, it's only one fire, then he can use his damage control appropriately for the torpedoes. But that massive gap didn't allow for that strategy to be complete. And he's probably going to go into the next game and not even recognize what he did wrong by putting out that single fire. It's just the gamer gods working against you sometimes. You put yourself in position enough times, it will be worth it. But, you know, the strategy's sound. We'll try and use it on this next battleship that conveniently is moving into the sector. And I have my beautiful Pan-Asian smoke charge back up, and I use it. Some might say, why aren't you using radar? Radar is actually really bad compared to the smoke that you get for the Pan-Asians. The smoke is best in class. It quite literally is the best smoke in the game, and you get a ton of it. Radar is mediocre at best, and you have to sacrifice smoke. Radar absolutely has advantages, but it's hard for me to find them when I'm playing by myself and random. So the Missouri, still being aggressive because he hasn't been punished yet for it, he moves forward and he uses his radar. Well, I'm going to move back. My torpedo systems aren't going to get quite to the target until the very last one causes a flood. He, that particular Missouri, held on to his damage control correctly and used it whenever he was presented with more than one dot. And that's the only reason he's alive. If he would have played it the same as that previous Missouri, he would be dead. because that previous Missouri is a one-fire kind of guy. He puts it out, you know. I don't want to take any dot damage. Well, then that torpedo is going to kill you. So, the enemy Missouri that's super low health, you know, he's really low. Hey, shoot him! Any battleship that can shoot him, shoot him. But he's probably going to get out of range and maybe heal back up. So, enemy Missouri pushing forward. I know he's used his radar. It's on cooldown for 2 or 3 more minutes. And I'm trying to get to a flank. I wasn't satisfied with that frontal torpedo, obviously, because it's all in RNG. If you can get a slight angle on the target, then you can punish him. The problem is, usually you don't get that opportunity because they're playing so far back. Not so in this case. He's pushed forward too far, too aggressively. The team feels like they can win this flank, but they have an unseen threat that has done already 73,000 and is going to do another 20,000. Take out the Missouri, take out a lot of their teeth. Both radar ships are gone. You can see that enemy Missouri in the background. God, I wish I could kill him. I would run right to him and kill him, but that's not going to work out. So I popped my smoke and I was going to engage the North Carolina, figuring surely someone sees him other than me. Nope. I was the one who saw the target, and until just now, he was undetected. So I'm looking to try and set fire to his nose. I am not trying to hit his gun. I am detected, so that would tell me something, maybe the Belfast. So that's why I backed up and looked away. The Belfast is over by B point in that smoke, so I was like, that's the only other source of radar that could potentially get me. It could be maybe hydroacoustic, but it was definitely that Belfast radar. If it was hydroacoustic, I would honestly be terrified, because that means a target is way too close. But as it worked out, the Belfast was the source, correctly moved away from it, and correctly avoided the torpedoes that were incoming. I'm trying to help my teammates take them out. Good. The enemy North Carolina is still undetected. And I'm like, oh, looky there. He's right there. Now, we have set him on fire. I don't know that he put it out. I think it went out on its own. But as long as I have good accuracy around the superstructure, I'm going to do pretty good damage. And potentially set him on fire, of course. More torpedoes. Every time you are sitting in smoke, you are a torpedo magnet. You cannot remain here if you have targets that could potentially ambush you. Speak of the devil, we have Akizuki, terrifying ship to run across. And my smoke is on cooldown. Well, it just came off a cooldown, which is nice about Pan Asian. Basically, you always have smoke, which is nice. And I'm going to pop it, coming around this island, sort of break contact and re-engage, slow down, make sure that the smoke is actually billowing around me and denying that line of sight. Obviously, the rate of fire is fast enough that he could just continue to fire in my general vicinity and get me. However, it's really hard to hit AP correctly when you don't see the target. You have no idea what angle that target is using. So he was at a disadvantage. Friendly Izumo helps me out and takes out the target. Felt really easy. But that's because I had smoke, knowledge of my ship. It is American guns, so American guns are terrifying in a brawling scenario against another DD. I don't care what ship you have, you're going to take damage. Either both of us die or you are very unhealthy. There's not a good scenario when going up against American guns for the DD lines. They're just so powerful. Fast turret traverse. You could wiggle a lot, great rate of fire. Really high damage when they hit something like a DD. You know, it's no armor. And he doesn't like that he lost that. And I tell him straight up, I'm using a gun build, bro. I'm not one of those, oh, the Pan Asian destroyers, they use deep water torpedoes, so we should just go all deep. No. Just like the Germans, you find the part of the ship that really is in need of improvement. It pushes you over that threshold of being dominant in all phases of the game. In my opinion, that's the best way to approach it. If I invest everything in the torpedo systems, I'm no better than the Japanese destroyers. Those are terrible. in their ability to fight other DDs. So what happens? Everyone tries to fight them in a DD scenario. Well, guess what? I'm not going to do that. The torpedoes are already perfect. They already are incredibly concealed. The reload is satisfactory. How often do I run into a battleship or a cruiser and I'm waiting, 10, 20, 30 seconds? When I have smoke, I can sit in smoke and continuously fire on the target. Smoke's always up. Since I have that extra charge from Superintendent, I basically spam smoke whenever I feel, oh, half a second, oh, should use it. That's the one nice thing about Superintendent, plus the premium consumable charge. It gives you peace of mind to just be aggressive. Just go out there and waste a charge if you need to. It could convert to a kill. And we're going to get this kill, but man, I could have gotten so much more damage. We get one torpedo that kills him, but if the friendlies hadn't done a great job and chipped away at his health, I could have easily done 20,000. It was set up beautifully. It doesn't really matter, though. We're just whittling these guys down. No mercy, right? No mercy at all. Really enjoying the Pan Asian. I can't praise them enough. It is a wonderful experience. We're going to capture this base, and I'm going to try and push forward once the capture is complete. In this game, pretty much over. The only thing that's in question is, can I get a Kraken unleashed? There's basically been 2 kills that were mine, and a friendly got the last shot. And that's fine. I'm cool with that. I don't care. But I would really like Kraken Unleashed because I like that achievement. It's nice to see. And everyone likes 5 kills, right? 5's better than 4. 6 is better than 5. But I don't know. We could get 6. And I'm trying to get this Kraken. Come on, please give it a shot. A little far. Of course. Great job, teammate. I'm really happy for you. And it's a clear win. So to recap, go for the objective. If it's not in your favor, just pull back. Just pull back. I wouldn't commit a smoke to the objective just because it is going to be a torpedo magnet. Just pull back. Let them have it. It's okay. I've really found a lot of success playing like that. And then I'm able to use my smoke to contribute either gun damage or maybe go back in when they don't have their torpedoes or they've used it already and they don't have their smoke. It works out great. And the smoke's always off a cooldown. It's a ridiculous smoke. That's why I use it over radar. Radar is cheeky. Smoke wins you games, though. Smoke allows you to play the objective aggressively, maybe have the ability to disengage quicker. Radar, you're out. You're completely out there with no protection, and nobody likes playing like that. So, yeah, go for the objective. Sit in smoke when you can fire your guns. Use your torpedoes on cooldown against targets that are vulnerable. It's hard for them to pick it up. Take out those DDs. You are an American DD with basically Japanese-level torpedoes, and that's pretty sick. So, are we going to get the last of this guy? I'm actually within secondary range, and yes, we get it. We got the last shot and got Kraken Unleashed. The ship is good. The line is fantastic. I have tons of games in these that are comparable, if not better. 143,000 damage, 2 base captures, Kraken Unleashed, of course. 2,300 base XP. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great ship. A little bit of everything. Main battery, torpedoes, fire, you name it, she can do it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.